Hi, Juan. It's Greg.
Hi, thank you so much for taking the time to talk about the show. My wife and I laughed our asses off when we were watching it last weekend to get ready for this interview. So,
Oh, good.
tell me about sort of the genesis of it, because obviously it's a takeoff on something that's happening in real life, but nothing could have pointed out that it could have been such a hilarious, well played and crafted show like it is. Just because.
Thank you. Yeah,
So
well,
tell
how
me.
it came about, basically, you know, um, Steve and I had worked together on The Office, and that was probably my favorite experience in my career. And so we had been having lunch saying, let's do another comedy TV show together. And I was trying to think of ideas. And meanwhile, he went into Netflix to have a meeting. And it was right around the time that the first announcement came out about that they were going to do a Space Force in, I think, 2019, maybe 2018. And so an executive there named Blair Fetter said, "What about that for a show?" And then I got a call from Steve saying, "I've got two words for you, Space Force." And I was like, "I'm in. That's great," and so we very rapidly uh, conceived of this general character for him to play, who was is given this incredibly ambitious mission of boots on the moon by 2024. And it's such a difficult mission, and he's worked his way up in the military hierarchy, and now he's got to deal with all these scientists and you know the politicians who don't really understand the practicalities of it, but we're looking for appearances, and the media, and he's sort of over his head.
So let me ask you this: not that I want to spoil anything, I see if I can address this for the people who haven't seen it. There's something that happens with Lisa Kudrow's character, and
Yes.
immediately when it happened, I turned to my wife and I was like, "What?" And then it's sort of never addressed. Did you guys sort of? Is there a backstory to what happened, and are we gonna have it in a further seasons, or it's just playing with the audience and our expectations?
You both. I think we're definitely playing. We're teasing the audience a bit. We think it's funny to drop little hints as to what actually happened. And just as you are assuming it's one thing, we're sort of hinting in a different direction. And yeah, that was sort of so that his private life, his family life, is equally difficult for him, and
Chaotic.
stressful and chaotic as his public life. Yeah.
All right. So tell me, I mean, the way the relationship with the Malkovich character obviously is a classic sort of foil, but then it sort of goes beyond that. Could you talk about sort of the fun or the delight of sort of charting the relationship between the two of them? Because it's sort of one of the pleasant surprise of the season, the way that goes.
Sure. Well, basically, as soon as Steve and I agreed to do the show, before we even had a script, Netflix made an announcement and put out a teaser promo.
Mm.
And John Malkovich apparently heard about it and contacted us through his agents and basically said he was interested in participating. So that was fantastic. And, just the kind of actor that we had dreamed of playing opposite Steve, somebody who's super, super funny, but, really has that dramatic actor background,
Mm.
and hasn't really been given as many opportunities to show how funny he can be. And so we definitely conceived of the two characters as complementing each other. And I think the sort of the most affecting part of the show is that they come from such different worlds, but they're both trying to do this super ambitious thing, and they have to work together, and they kind of rub off on each other. And to me, this is a sort of a hopeful message about there's so much division in America now, but we're all trying to do something great with our country, and maybe we can take the best qualities of all sides.
Yeah, it's a really well thought out and well drawn out relationship. So they're wrapping me up, but I'm saved my Barbara Walters hard hitting question for last. What's
Uh-oh.
your what's your Kokomo? Like, what's the one song that puts you at ease? And I was kidding about the Barbara Walters thing, obviously.
Yeah, for me, it's Bobby McFerrin's "Don't Worry, Be Happy."
That one. That's Hey man, there's something about the cocktail soundtrack for you apparently. So I don't know. We're gonna have to talk about that next time we see each other. All right.
Yeah.
So my time's up. Thank you so much.
Well,
The
thank
show
you.
is
Thank you so
fantastic.
much. I'm so
All
happy
right.
that you and your wife enjoyed it. Take care.
All right. Have a good day.